So now that we're talking about geography and you've had a look at the global map, let's talk about this concept of the North-South divide. Now when we talk about the North-South divide, we really aren't talking geography necessarily. We're talking more about socioeconomic status and politics. So in the Northern Hemisphere, primarily, we find rich, industrialized, wealthy nations, whereas in the Southern Hemisphere, primarily, we find developing nations. So this is what we mean by the North-South divide, that there's a socioeconomic distinction and a development gap between the North and the South. There's also a political gap. In the North, we find primarily democratic capitalist countries, while in the South, we find primarily non-democratic countries. So the question for you is, what is the relationship between the North and the South when it comes to this development gap? Is one causing the other? Is one exploiting the other? Is one interdependent or dependent on the other? What can we do to overcome this development gap?